Hello, and welcome back to the Secret Dungeon Podcast, the scuffiest, most unhinged podcast on the internet. Welcome to our little corner of Hey, how you doing? I stole it again. I don't care.
Hey, how you
with
doing?
me,
From what? From Papa Meat?
Nah, well, yeah. I stole that from Papa Meat, but with me as always, questioning my every move, Corey.
Hello.
There you go. I love it. Hey, man, how you doing?
You know, that's actually right. Questioning your every move. Not from like trying to predict it, but from a point of judgment.
Ah, yeah.
Yes. It all comes
What
to
good
the
are
light,
friends
baby.
if they don't judge you for your every move?
That's a true friend right there, dude.
Isn't
Actually judging you for everything you do.
stabbing you in the front instead of the back,
Yeah.
looking you in the eye and giving you a little kiss on the cheek?
Yeah, it's friends.
What is it that they say to Caesar?
Et tu, Brute?
Yeah. You gotta say that too. Et tu, Brute. Yeah, I learned that in high school, and I like.
Which means,
what was it?
Which means you too, Brutus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good story. So anyway, how's everyone doing out there in the inner sphere?
In the inner sphere?
Intersphere. The interwebs?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, my man, since I'm the only person that's actually going to be able to physically answer you on this recording.
Well, I just want everyone to have a chance in their car to say, I'm doing good.
All
and
right,
they
we'll
realize
give him a chance right here, right now. All right, ask again.
It's not the same.
Ask again.
Okay. How is everyone out there?
Now's your chance.
Good answer. Good answer.
It's good to hear from you.
What is it that Bilbo says?
Oh, no, I don't.
I'm full of quotes today.
We need to like plaster that and
We
stick it on the
do.
wall because
I know
we quote
half
that
of you as well as I want to know, or
Yeah.
however it goes. But anyway,
and I like less than half of you, half as well as you deserve.
it's
something
such
like
a
that.
quote.
We quote it, I feel like, all the time to not know it that well.
Yeah, that is true.
Dude, you're like decked in full-on Nintendo gear.
Yeah, this is me trying to be positive.
Really?
I dress on the outward how I want to feel on the inward. Sometimes it actually works. It's like a little mental trick I do.
You know,
Sometimes it actually does work. It's like, oh, well, I'm wearing cool stuff, so I guess I'll be happy.
I don't think that like that ever really has an effect on my mood.
Really?
Like the clothes that I wear, other than is it comfortable?
I could get that.
See, like I came here this afternoon after work to get some more work done. What am I wearing? What do you see me wearing?
Sweaties and t-shirt.
Yep.
And croc flippers.
My comfort is at a 10. Like
Really?
10 out of 10. So that way I don't have to think about like what my clothes are doing or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because like I'm a big guy, so I'm like picking at my shirt constantly and whatnot.
Well,
you know,
if I'm
it's an
wearing
insecurity
if
thing.
I'm wearing something I like, then I feel good about it. You know, like if it matches my style or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's like, okay, well I look good, so therefore I do feel good. And it's not always about comfort.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like I just want to look good.
You know, I used to whenever I was much younger, I was like I want to like look good over feel good.
Yeah.
And I very much cared about. Are you also drinking coffee?
No, I got one in the fridge though. I'm probably about to
What
crack
is
open.
that? Just a water?
It's just water.
Oh, okay.
Trying to do better about my water intake.
I'm drinking coffee over here, and I see you finally like whip out a coffee cup, and I'm like, oh, dude, we're both drinking coffee on this podcast. Anyway,
No, I'll crack one with you here in a minute.
no, you good? You good? You ain't got to.
No, you're gonna reach for it and you're gonna give it to me here in a minute, live.
Okay.
Because there's gonna be a point I'm really gonna need it.
Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, there was a point in time in my life whenever I was like, I want to look good over want to feel good.
Right.
And then as I got older and the less I cared about that, I was just like, comfort and functionality first.
Yeah.
Foremost, and always.
I can definitely get in the comfort mindset, especially when I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Bruh, like when I'm not in the country, that's when I just dress whatever I want to wear, and I
Yeah.
feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is what I like, and nobody cares what I'm wearing. Whereas in America, I feel like I get judged pretty harshly because I'm in the South.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know.
Like whenever you travel from the South, out of the South.
Pretty much, I can dress as comfortable as I want to be.
Yeah, because our accents still show, regardless how much we try to repress
There ain't
them.
no hiding that one.
No, it still shows. I remember, I remember when we went to West Virginia, and we were like, I wonder if that song "Country Roads" is as big to them as "Sweet Home Alabama."
Sure enough.
And the first place we stopped was a Dollar General to like grab some snacks.
Yep.
When after we crossed the line, and "Country Roads" was played over the radio,
Yep.
and I looked at one of y'all, and I was like,
I think it was Clint.
I was like, they do like this
It was
song.
Clint. It was Clint.
Dude, that was one of the funniest things ever. It couldn't have lined up any better.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. Which, by the way, West Virginia, man, those roads, those are country rough.
Hey.
So is their dental plan. And that's my joke for the day.
But no, dude, they're like, West Virginia was so sad, dude. That place,
It is sad because it's a beautiful.
and
Like
Ohio's worse.
Ohio's just kind of like, what are y'all doing?
So we were like on the border.
West Virginia, I want to say, is very pretty.
Yeah.
It's just not the people.
Wait. Hopefully, with like a lot of the coal mining stuff, that they're gonna be able to bring a lot of that back, because the coal industry was huge there.
Oh yeah,
And then it got just like nuked.
The mountains got minerals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then it just got nuked super bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it's there's like beautiful mountains and hills in West Virginia. Like the scenery was actually like really pretty. And then you get to Ohio, and it's like, this is the pit stain.
So,
Which everybody from Ohio says that. That
Yeah.
it's just a pit stain.
unless you go to like Cleveland or
Yeah.
Cincinnati,
Yeah.
I feel like the most of Ohio is just trash.
Which honestly, man, most of the states
Most
is just
of-
kind of
hey,
boring.
For people that aren't from Alabama, most of Alabama is trash. It's the same way.
It really is.
We just drove through most of it. We just got back from the beach like yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And Huntsville is literally an oasis. Even Birmingham's a piece of trash.
Yeah.
Huntsville's nice, dude.
Huntsville's
a
nice.
super nice city. We go up to Indianapolis. That place is a dumpster. The only nice place. Whenever we go to Gen Con, when we go to Gen Con,
we hate the entire time.
Yeah, dude.
Just so you know, just so you Indianians know,
we're like catty teenage girls.
we are. It's like,
hating
oh my
on
god, look at this Starbucks. It's got oil on the side, or
Dude, do you remember
just hating on places.
You remember
like,
last
look at
year?
that. Look at this Motel 8. It's like, it's a Motel 8. What do you
Yeah.
expect? But we're just like, look how gross it looks.
You're just like, this place sucks,
Dude, I will say, when it's me and you traveling,
Yeah.
I've noticed me and you are at our most toxic when we're traveling.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're hating on everything. Because it's
Everything.
like, because Huntsville is so nice. And
Yeah.
like, we hate on Huntsville sometimes.
Even the
But
area
like, when
around
you
where
go,
we live is
but
a
you
dumpster.
forget where you come from. And then like, you go out other
Yeah.
cities and you're like, wow, this place is worse.
Dude, the area
Huntsville's nice.
The area around us right now is a dumpster, except for this
Like
this
spot
side of the
that we're at.
This one spot that we're at is pretty nice, and then there's spots of niceness, but for the
Yeah.
most part, it's like pretty broke and pretty
Yeah.
trashy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I've traveled, like, and there's probably a lot of people who's like, oh, yeah, well, how much of the United States have you seen? A pretty good bit of
Pretty
it.
good.
Between
I've
the two of us, we've seen most of the states.
Just about all of it, yeah.
So, I know what I'm talking about.
I've been.
I've seen it. You can't hide it.
All right, so as far as like going up the East Coast, that's like the one part of the states that I haven't really been to a lot of.
Yeah.
But I've been through Rhode Island. I've been through Vermont. I've been through Maine. I've been through Massachusetts.
So I've checked out most of the West and the Northwest.
Yeah, and
Which the Northwest,
I
weirdly
have
enough, is actually
flown-
really nice.
I've flown over New York State, not New York City, New
Yeah.
York State. That's the closest I've ever gotten to New York.
yeah.
Which I really do want to go to New York. Me and Rachel were big Broadway people,
Yeah.
and
That'd be a good trip for y'all.
yeah, we've talked about it. We've priced it several times, and it's just not the right time. You know what I mean?
Which I feel like New York is just expensive in general.
Oh yeah.
Just even visiting.
So this pod
expensive.
right here,
Yeah.
this classroom pod that we've converted into our studio,
Yeah.
there are apartments, entire apartments
About
that
the
are
size.
half this size.
Ugh.
Okay, half this size, sometimes even smaller than the size of this classroom pod.
Yeah.
for thousands of dollars a month for rent.
That's insane to me. But
Yeah.
at the same time, like, New York City's like a big, I don't want to say trade part of the capital of the world, but like, there's a lot going on in New York City.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
But like
Economic stuff I'm talking about.
Then you see, places like Huntsville.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where it's a really, really nice city to live in, and it's pretty spaced out for the most part.
Yeah, it's fairly clean.
And it's fairly clean.
Considering other places, it's pretty clean.
Compared to Indianapolis.
It's clean.
It's pretty dang clean.
Yeah.
All right, so if you ever go to Gen Con, it is Lucas Oil around there is really nice. And I'm talking about the lot that it's on is nice. Yeah. Across the street's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, there's like graffiti everywhere.
Yeah, dude, it's trash.
Which I dig it, but at the same time,
then,
I feel like I'm going to get stabbed.
Yeah. And then the convention center is really nice.
The hotels are nice.
Yes. And then the hotels that are right next to the convention center are also really nice.
Yeah.
After that,
it's
every inch of it that I have seen, and it's quite a bit, is a little spooky.
Yeah, it's a little it's sketch.
It's a little sketch, bro.
It's sketch.
It's a little sketch.
There's people begging for money everywhere. And people with pokey things.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'll be honest, the first year that we went,
I was more nervous that year probably than my second year. Because, like, you're going into unknown,
expect,
in unknown territory. Like, we've never been there before. We had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
The second time went so bad, we knew it was like, okay, it's a dump. So
I have never been more scared in a city than I have been in Atlanta, though.
Ooh, Atlanta's spooky.
Yeah, Atlanta's scary, dude.
Yeah.
There's places that, like, if you're driving through Atlanta at night, don't get off the road. Yeah, don't get off the freeway.
Atlanta's spooky, dude.
Yeah, dude, Atlanta's scary.
I imagine
so my brother-in-law's dad was telling us a story one time. He used to be a truck driver that would deliver cars between dealerships and stuff.
Yeah.
You go down the road and you see a bunch of cars on the back of an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
He did that.
Yeah. Car transporter.
Yeah, and he's
type deal.
And so he, has just like did truck delivery and all that kind of stuff for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And he said one time he saw a dude. He was like in the cab of his truck. I don't know if this was like a normal delivery box truck or if it was his 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
But he was in the cab of a truck, right?
Yeah.
And a dude was walking up to him. And he knew that I guess he could just feel that intention.
Something was up.
And so he just reached over like he was going to reach into his glove box.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if he shook his head at him like no or whatever.
Yeah. To the guy walking up?
Yeah. Regardless, the dude saw him reach over to the glove box as if he was reaching for. He didn't have a gun in there.
Yeah.
But as if he was reaching for a gun, that dude was like, He turned around and walked off.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's scary.
That's sketch, dude.
That's super. You see, like, stuff like that don't really happen in Huntsville.
Not much.
Not much.
It happens.
But
not much.
Not much.
And there's areas in Huntsville you know to stay away from.
Yeah.
Like there was whenever we left the con, there was a place I was like, go left, and I knew what was like left. There was a really sketch part of town.
Yeah.
And I was like, go left, and you were like, no. He was like, please no.
Yeah.
Please don't take me down X place. And I was like, bro, I'm joking. I know what's down there.
Oh, yeah, you talking about when he was leaving the con the other day? Yeah. When he was in Huntsville?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we just zip. Hang on. It's gonna. All right, maybe that'll be better.
Yeah, something's
Sorry, it's a little scuff.
We don't know if something's up with Cheney's mic or his mic cord.
Yeah, we're not totally sure, so y'all bear with us this episode. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get it figured out. But yeah, I remember that, and I was like, don't you dare take me down that part. Because like I used to have to work in that part of town, and like working in that part of town was kind of rough.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a public worker.
Yeah.
For the city of Huntsville. Whoops.
Is
anyway,
is it sketch? I mean, we're talking about Huntsville. Everybody knows that we're, from Huntsville. But is it sketch even in a garbage truck?
Sometimes, yeah. You'll get people come up to you all the time.
Are you serious?
Asking for favors.
Like what? You don't work there no more. I
don't work there no more, so I can so like you had some people you had your casuals who wanted money.
Right.
You
come up to a garbage truck asking for money.
Oh yeah,
that's fiending for drugs right there.
Yeah. Then you had some people who would want to sell you drugs. Some people want you to give them a ride to X place.
In the garbage truck?
Yeah, you can't do that. You cannot transport another civilian in a city vehicle whatsoever.
That's insane that they would come and ask for a
They
ride.
would, though. They would. They'd ask for rides. They would ask.
If you're coming up to a garbage truck asking for a ride,
you're fiending for something.
you're either fiending for something or you're trying to rob them.
Both. Possibly both. Now, have I had that personally happen to me? No, but I have heard of that happening.
What, getting robbed?
Not getting robbed, but like people wanting rides and stuff like that. Nah.
That's insane.
Nah.
You've had some sketch deliveries before.
Wait, yeah, I've dumped some pretty, okay, so I used to be a garbage truck driver, and, yeah, there's been some things I've dumped that I questioned.
Like what?
Well, definitely dogs and cats.
What?
100%. Oh, yeah, people throw away their dead dogs and cats instead of burying them.
You're joking.
I wish I was.
Cheney, you're joking.
I wish I was.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah, they do. You people out in Huntsville are fiends. You people are monsters. I've seen what you throw away. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You just, man, something don't smell right. It's a dog. Might be a cat. Hey, I kid you not. I worked on the back of a Packer truck one time. And I had I gotta keep it going. So I had a sneaky notion. That it wasn't a grass bag, and I like ripped the bag open a little. Sure enough, dog.
No.
It was like my third one.
What do you mean on the back of a Packer truck?
Yeah. Okay. So like in Huntsville, they have the trucks with the two guys that ride on the back.
Yeah.
And they manually like dump your side cans.
Is that a Packer truck?
That's what a Packer truck is.
Okay, gotcha.
So like, there's been a few times
Sorry about the cough.
They've thrown, yeah, like we've had to throw dogs away, cats. Oh yeah.
Dude, you're telling me
I'm not
they
playing.
just hold up.
Yeah.
Pet dies,
Yeah.
and they throw it in a bag
Yeah.
at the road.
With the other grass bags most of the time. Oh yeah, they do it all the time. You people in Huntsville are nasty.
For the audio listeners, I'm
not.
staring in amazement at Cheney that they're just setting their pets out by the road.
So long, Fido.
That's the name of the episode right there.
He was the real one, G.
So
Wolf onto the dump, I guess.
So hold up, I have a question then.
Yeah.
Were there ever any places that you would see them pop up quite a bit?
Yeah.
What?
Listen.
Hold up, no. I'm not talking about neighborhoods. I'm talking about homes, or even streets. I'll go as far as say streets where they would pop up quite often.
Oh, like serial killer activity?
Yes.
Oh, no.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
No. I never noticed anything quite that severe.
Yeah.
If I did, trust me, I'd let you in on it. But
Yeah.
I mean, no. As far as I know, I've not run across serial killer activity.
Yeah.
I've ran across some BDSM activity.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I've ran across dirty needles.
Oh yeah, dude, you told me about like finding that kind of garbage out too.
Yeah, you find drugs a lot. People
Yeah.
throw their drugs away, or I guess cops do, or I don't know. Somebody does.
So what? All right, so you find drug paraphernalia like dirty needles. What do you do with it?
Avoid them. Try not to get stabbed. Because I don't want snake AIDS.
Well, duh, but I'm talking.
I don't want type 2 Ebola, brother.
Yeah, type 2, Ebola type 2. No, hold up. I have like a million questions.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure everybody's
We
got a
have
million
talked about
questions.
this like multiple times before, and you have never told me that people throw their pets away.
Yeah, so I remember specifically this one time I noticed that there was a grass bag that was a little heftier than the others.
Yeah.
And so I was like, nah. And it was shaped. It was shaped pretty heavily, like rigor mortis shaped. And I was like, oh, heck no. And so,
What is rigor mortis?
shape of a dog. And of course, I got gloves on.
Jeez,
I'm like, I'm not
sweat.
I'm not an animal, so like, not like this thing.
Yeah.
And so like, I got gloves, and I like rip a little hole, and it's a German Shepherd, and I'm like, oh, poor Fido.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro, happens all the time.
Golly, dude.
And what's bad is like, that's the thing, dude. It's like, you're thinking like, oh, it's the poor neighborhoods that's doing it. No, you rich people are doing it too.
Nuh-uh.
I know you're doing it.
Nuh-uh.
I know you're doing
They're
it.
doing it too.
They're doing it
Why
too.
wouldn't they just bury their pet in the backyard?
Why would they, dude? Gotta save that buck. Just gotta save that dollar, bro.
They don't.
Times are hard.
they don't want that property value to drop.
Why is there a dog grave on the property? I imagine it has something against HOA rulings, but
You know,
the
actually,
rich do it too.
that probably could be it.
The rich do it too, though.
And so it's like it's just cheaper to just chunk them instead of taking them to a taking them somewhere to get them like cremated or
What's
something like that.
Yeah, we are like destroying the audio. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, dude.
But
the audio's just scuffed on this one.
yeah,
but we're
it's-
keep going.
it's
We're going
scuffed.
anyways.
But like the rich people did it as much as the not so rich people.
Really,
Oh yeah,
the riches and the poors,
they all do it.
they all do it.
They all do it.
God,
yeah.
Cheney, why have you never told me this? You've told me. Oh, moving the cable.
I'm done.
All right.
I'm done moving the cable. Sorry.
So
I had to readjust it so it would kind of stop.
So, you've told me a lot of the crazy things that you found in the trash before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you've shown me a decent chunk of them.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of really, really, like, crazy stuff that people just throw away and they're fine, right?
Oh, yeah.
What is some of the more, like, memorable things that you found in the trash?
Game consoles. People throwing away, like, PlayStations. Like, perfectly fine PlayStations. I guess the kids got in trouble.
Like original PlayStations or something?
All kinds. I found a
Wow.
PS4 once. Gave it to Thomas.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That was, like, super long time ago, though.
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't find that stuff, like, every day.
You do in
either.
Huntsville.
You come across it, like, from
You'll
time to time.
come across, like, video game systems, and, like, a lot of times you can just clean them and they work.
That's ridiculous.
It's funny.
Do you think it's just because maybe it got...
Power tools is what you see most often.
Really?
Yeah.
So then, whenever it comes to video game consoles, are they just, like, really, like, choked up with a bunch of fuzz and
Oh, yeah.
dust and whatnot? Is that just what
It's
it is,
just
and it just stops
people
working?
don't know how to take care of their stuff.
Wow. I guess that's why you see a lot of retro stuff soaring now, because like a lot of times people don't take care of their stuff.
It's like people older than millennials just throw that crap away.
Yeah, to them it's just trash.
Yeah, I mean, which I think a lot of people are getting wiser to like how valuable retro Nintendo stuff is now, but
Yeah.
like a lot of people still don't. At least in America, it's just a game console. Who cares? It's just an N64. Who cares?
It's like
It's just a GameCube. What is that? Throw it away.
it's like my wife's grandparents went over there one time, and I heard that they had their old Nintendo still, and I was like, "Do you still have it?" Oh yeah, we still have it in the box. And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. Ooh.
I was like, "Can you show this to me?" And so
Yeah.
I went back there with Granny, and she helped. I had to get it out of the closet for her, but I went through the stuff. I was like, "This is insane." I'm
It's all
talking
original stuff.
and in pristine condition.
Yeah.
They-
the super old people
Mhm.
who never get rid of everything, that's where you find your treasures.
Yeah. I was like, this is like the games that they had was crazy.
I don't doubt.
The joysticks were tight.
That
still.
makes me sick.
The joysticks were tight. And they were like, "How much you think this is worth?" And I was like, "Easy, probably about $1,000."
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Because just off the sheer games and extra stuff that they had with it,
With
right?
pristine controllers.
Yeah, and then the pristine condition of the games on top of that, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "This all this stuff's this is insane that you
Yeah.
have this." And so they had a yard sale coming up, like a community yard sale, and so they like set it out there. And I think Clint, because his wife is also from out that direction,
Yeah.
they went to it and they saw it there and they put like a ridiculous amount on it. And I'm like, "You're not going to sell that at a yard sale."
Not a yard sale.
I was like, people are coming looking for people that don't know what they have.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to buy that somewhere like this. They're coming to like
That's something
try to
like
haggle
you
you.
might need to try to get from them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, if I got it from them, I wouldn't sell it because of, for one, I'm a collector, and for two, it's
Sentimental.
it's sentimental.
Yeah.
But like, if they wanted to make a quick buck, I'd help them make a quick buck.
Right. Or
Because-
even give one of your buddies the hookup.
Yeah.
But,
which I told them, they was like, "Can we take this to a game store?" I was like, "No, they would give you pennies on the dollar for this."
Yeah, they'll rip you.
Yeah, they'll try to rip you off for this. Because they got to resell it and make money on it,
Yeah.
And so if you try to sell it for premium dollar, which of course I told them, premium dollar amount, it's like it's anywhere from here to here. I think that's what I told them. But regardless of like what they had was so insane, I was like mouth watering. Like I took pictures of it.
Oh, yeah.
It was that crazy and in that great condition. Even the styrofoam on the inside was good.
That's crazy, dude.
It was almost as if I opened a brand new console.
Yeah. Christmas morning, 1993.
Yeah, it was
Whenever
it was a sight to behold.
Yeah.
As a Nintendo fan and a collector myself, it was cool just to get to see that.
Yeah.
And
They still have it?
yeah, they still have it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I don't know. The thing is they have 3 grandsons that absolutely know
they'll get
what's
it.
up with that. One of them's a heavy collector anyways, and so I'm like, well, at least it'll stay in the family.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't go to someone outside of the family, I'm fine with it. Because if they were like, "Hey, no, I want it."
I don't blame
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't
But
blame
for
you.
one of them, it's their grandsons. They grew up playing on that console, so they have even more sentimental value to it.
Yeah, one of them will get it.
Yeah, they.
Which is good. I mean,
I married into the family. They were born into the family, and so
Right,
it's like,
right.
yeah, you absolutely first dibs to all 3 of them, and then I'm fourth in line. If none of them want it, I'm absolutely taking that and putting it on a shelf.
I think the craziest thing I've ever found was a pistol on top of a can. I did find that once.
What?
Yeah, I told my driver to keep going. I seen it, and I was like, nah, bump that. Nah, I told him keep going. And sure enough, the knuckle boom driver
Yeah.
at the time, I ain't going to say his name
Yeah, don't.
for safety reasons. Needless to say, he made a quick buck.
Bro, that's
Serial numbers scratched off.
That's stupid.
Not in a bad neighborhood either.
Yeah, that's stupid.
In a nice neighborhood.
Yeah, that's big.
It's scary, dude.
That's big stupid.
That's scary.
That's
I'll tell you what else is big
because
stupid.
that gun could have a body or 2 on it.
My brother in Christ, the numbers were scratched off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so the chance
The chances got really high.
Yeah, the chance of it being a murder weapon greatly outweighs the chance of it not being a murder weapon.
Or it was potentially going to be used as a murder weapon. Potentially.
But they wouldn't throw it away like that.
Brother, you scratch off the serial numbers off of a gun, and, I mean, you just got the gun. Potential.
Yeah.
Potential.
There's no way, shape, form, or fashion that gun wasn't used in a crime or going to
you
be
have no
used
idea.
in a crime.
You have no idea. That's
Yeah.
why. That's why I told my driver. I said, "You better keep driving. I ain't touching it.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
I wouldn't touch it either.
Not with gloves. I ain't touching it."
No, I would actually tell them, it's like, I'd call the cops and be like, there's a gun on top of this thing.
Yeah.
And
Oop, I moved.
you moved?
I moved.
But-
I had an itchy.
But yeah, whenever
Laptops.
Oh yeah.
Y'all need to clean y'all's laptops, dude. Y'all are nasty. I know what y'all be doing.
A can of air duster would do
So
wonders for these people like
So
trying to throw away
much.
their stuff. I remember
But people
one time,
don't clean their like I'm talking about data won't clean their laptops, and you find all kinds of stuff.
You remember that time that you
Yes,
brought me
I do.
that,
I was
that
gonna
computer
get to
tower?
That
Yeah.
computer towers
Yeah.
are just as bad, if
Tell-
not even worse.
Tell that story.
So I was on a route, picked up this computer, and it was kind of a nice tower. So like, I'll take it home. I might try to see if there's anything good in it. It looked like a gaming PC.
Yeah.
So I took it home, and lo and behold, was there some files?
Oh yeah. You said
traffic accident.
You said something to me about it, and you was like, you think we can like get into this thing, see like what is like if there's anything worth keeping in here?
Right. My original intent was to use it for my own PC build.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, bring it over. And so of course I opened it, and I was like, immediately this person owned a cat.
Yeah.
the amount of cat hair in that thing was absurd.
Oh yeah.
But it was just like a normal like desktop that somebody just.
But even then, their tax information was on it. All kinds of
Yeah.
stuff was on it. It's
So
like
this is a
you
PSA.
can't- y'all have got to clean your computers before you throw them out.
This is a PSA to everybody listening.
I
If
think I gave them the PSA.
I'm about to tell them how to get rid of whatever whatever this stuff is. If you decide to get rid of a personal computer, something that you have used for, I don't know, filing your taxes, keeping family photos, anything personal on there
that could have your identity
that
stolen.
could have your identity stolen on it, those people are lucky that we're the ones that found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's like, I'm a good little Christian boy, and I went, oop,
yeah,
this is all bad.
yeah, we went, oops.
And yeah.
I found their tax returns, and it had everything that we needed to know on
And
it.
it's just like, y'all can't be doing this.
Yeah, like that's absolutely insane.
And I know what you're thinking. Well, boys, did you get anything out of it? Nope. Threw that sucker away.
Threw it away.
Wiped it and then threw it away.
Yeah.
I specifically remember it kind of, I felt like we needed to wipe it completely.
Yeah.
Like actually do the job right. And
Yeah.
we did, and threw it away.
So what?
Believe me if you don't, it's whatever.
So what ended up happening was they tried to wipe it.
They did try to wipe it.
And let me tell you, whenever you try to factory reset a computer, it does not get rid of everything.
No, it really don't.
Even if your computer is password protected.
It still don't get rid of it. There's ways to bypass it.
Oh, I did it, and I'm about to tell you how easy it is because I want people to know. I need people to know this, right? Because I had to explain this to Mom whenever she was about to get rid of a computer.
Oh,
I was like, I need you to know how easy this is and what you need to do to get rid of it.
I fully believe this is how people get stuff.
Oh, for sure. This is a way, for sure.
It's a way.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
is a PSA for people so that way this doesn't happen to them.
This might be the most incriminating episode we've ever written.
I mean,
Funny.
it's all hearsay.
It's
So it's allegedly hearsay.
Allegedly.
So, whenever I tried to boot up the PC, it was password protected.
Yeah.
Right. So obviously, they tried to wipe it as best they could, but they didn't factory reset the thing. Right.
Right.
But even if you factory reset it, I'm pretty sure it doesn't get rid of everything. But they wiped it as best as they could because I took the hard drive out of the computer, which meant that it was no longer married to that motherboard, so that way it wasn't going to boot that motherboard anymore.
Right.
And I plugged it into my computer in an extra hard drive slot, right?
Yep.
This is how easy it is. I went and accessed that hard drive, the files on that hard drive from my computer.
That's all you need is the hard drive.
That's all I need. That's literally all I need.
You don't need the computer.
I don't need the computer.
You literally just need the hard drive.
I need your storage.
That's it.
And that's it. Anybody that does this kind of stuff, they just need your storage, and they don't even need that much of it.
They really don't. It's scary.
Oh yeah, it's super scary. Which
my idea of getting rid of, if you're gonna do it, get rid of get you a gallon of kerosene.
Yeah.
Pour on computer.
Yep.
And then take a match.
Yep.
And light that sucker.
Diesel fuel would be safer. I'm not joking.
No, I know you're not.
It probably sounds like a joke.
What I'm saying is,
no. I know you know I'm not joking. You see the seriousness in my face. I need them to know I'm not joking.
I know. He's being serious.
Yeah.
If you seriously want to just not have that computer, you need to do something with that drive.
Yeah. So
for sure.
So I was able to get in their tax returns. I found court documents where one of the people got involved in a drunk driving accident.
Oh yeah.
And whatnot.
All kinds of stuff.
I'm talking about, we had full on anything we needed to know about that person to be able to steal their identity. Right? That's how easy that it is.
Dude.
And they set that sucker in the trash expecting it to be fine.
You can't expect it to be fine.
You can't do that.
Look, and like I said, people can believe me, they cannot. I don't really care. There's nothing. There's no evidence of me doing anything.
If you are looking to throw away a computer, go and get you about a gallon, maybe even half gallon of diesel fuel.
Yeah.
Open up the computer.
Yeah.
Put you some paper inside there, whatever.
Set that sucker on fire.
Set that sucker on fire, and then whenever the fire goes out,
set it out by the road.
And it's no longer hot because it's metal.
Oh yeah.
Then throw it away.
Yeah.
Because then they can't get to it.
Douse it with water.
Water would work too. A bucket of water, like a 5-gallon bucket of water.
Just soak that sucker.
Soak that sucker. You're good.
Yeah. Actually, that's probably the safest thing to do.
Actually, yeah. That is.
Get you like a tub of water.
Yeah.
Like a big tote of water.
Yeah, put it in a tote.
Soak that sucker.
For like a day.
For a day.
Yeah.
That's no return.
Yeah, it's absolutely no return. They can't access anything on it anymore.
Yeah, you're golden.
It's unsalvageable. There's nothing on there anymore.
They probably can't even use the case.
I mean, they could use the case.
Depends.
No, well, as long as there's no like RGB or no. Actually, I think they.
It depends. It depends.
Yeah, I don't know. It really just depends.
Some fans are built into the cases now.
Yeah.
So yeah, get you a tote and soak that sucker.
Yeah,
drown it.
Get you one of them big old totes. Fill it up with water.
What a brutal way to get rid of your data.
I mean, but seriously,
you gotta drown yourself.
I mean, but the thing is like that's how easy it is for people to get your stuff.
It's terrifying,
and it's even easier than that because check this out. Our company is Super Blood Moon Studios, right? Mm-hmm. That's the name of the company. It's an official LLC. We have an official bank account and everything.
Yeah.
Do you remember whenever we had a bunch of fraudulent Amazon charges on our account? I was like looking through there one time and I was like, "Yo, dude, what's this $900?"
I remember.
Yeah, it's like $900 worth of fraudulent stuff. It was either me or you. I can't remember whose card it was.
I think it was under me that time.
But dude, and so we talked to the
bank.
And you know what they said? They said that hackers and identity thieves are using AI to just constantly run numbers and running them at such a fast speed that people can't stop them.
That's scary.
Yeah. And the thing is banks, and you hear a lot of this now too, you know, being online and trying to be secure and stuff. You see a lot of the, like the secure, whatchamacallit, like ads that people put on their YouTube videos where it's like, get, you know, Sharp VPN or like, or, you know, something that's going to encrypt your data or something like that.
Yeah.
Listen. And I'm not saying listen to me. I'm saying listen to them. Because they say that it takes like 7 to 9 months for them to be able to notify you. That's a long time.
Yeah. For something that happens in a nanosecond.
Yeah, that's not a joke. Because it happened to us.
It did.
It literally happened to us. And AI is just running people's account numbers until it finally pinged one and got one correct. Because you think a computer can run calculations, you know.
Milliseconds, nanoseconds.
Yeah, just insanely fast.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like AI, and here we go. AI is not the future, dude. I don't care.
It's scary.
I don't care what anyone has to say. I think that it's going to be heavily regulated to the point where it's not even viable to use anymore.
They're gonna have to,
Yeah.
because AI is getting to the point where it's like, okay, scientists, you did it. You answer the question, can we do it? Yeah, we can do it. Now you should be asking yourself, should we do it? And the answer should be no.
So a lot of people, I say a lot of people, conspiracy theorists will, try to be like, oh, Skynet, all that stuff. Like, what if they go live and they try to, kill us and all that stuff. The thing about artificial intelligence is that that's a huge if they go completely sentient, they actually can't.
Yeah.
Because that's not their directive. The artificial intelligence is basically just a large search engine. Is just a fast thinking search engine that
of everything that's on the internet.
Yes, that pretty much spits out a regurgitation of everything it processed, and that's not how they work. They work completely different. And, you look at AI art. It's the same way. You say if you go, of course, like the big one now that everyone has jumped back on the anti-AI train for anti-AI art is for the Studio Ghibli stuff.
Yeah.
Because
that one's used a bunch.
Well, see, there was some popular AI that put in a Ghibli filter, which
that's a big no-no.
That's a huge no-no. Hayao Miyazaki is like.
Y'all gonna do something about this?
Yeah. I don't even want to talk about that.
I don't blame them.
But if that happens, right, and you're like, I want a picture of a coffee cup school bus in Studio Ghibli style, it's going to take every single picture that it can find of Studio Ghibli and then put together pixels of what the most likely matching of what you asked it to produce.
It's weird.
It's weird, and the more and more smarter they get, the better that the pictures get. But the thing is even with AI video and AI pictures, there's still always tells.
There's always telltale signs, but there's some stuff you can't tell. There's some good stuff out there.
I can usually tell. There's a lot of
stuff. It depends on the program.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I've seen that I'm just like, you can.
That's just art, though.
Yeah,
that's
just art. That's not talking about that business
art
stuff.
Department. That ain't about the business stuff.
Yeah, I think I heard a comedian talk about it one time. Which how goofy is it that now like comedians are great philosophers now? A lot of people get their ideas from comedians.
That's how you know our empire's about to fall, baby.
Yeah. But he said that we're using AI in the wrong direction. It's like, why are we using it to steal people's jobs? It's like we should be using it to make it to where we don't have to work. And, where we can, our jobs could be easier and stuff instead of
stealing jobs.
Instead of replacing people with AI and whatnot. Because that's what... It's a huge vicious cycle. I'm about to go on a big old rant here for just a second. I'm going to cut it as short as I possibly can. Everybody wants cheaper prices.
Yeah.
Everybody wants higher wages.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is that the people at the top in the C-suite of these big, large companies that make the prices still want to keep making their money.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, what they see is, we can save money by replacing people. Oh,
something happened.
It's good.
It just stopped.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah. People are they're wanting people to. They're like, let's replace people with machines, and therefore it's free labor, and we don't have to pay nobody for it. Right?
We can hire a guy who can code it for us.
Yeah, hire a guy that can code it. And the thing is AI can now code too.
Yep.
And so it's like we've been using AI in the wrong direction. If it's such a powerful tool, let's try to make our lives easier instead of trying to make people with a lot of money more money.
Yeah.
And that's a
great debate.
It's a huge debate.
Yeah.
About I don't think AI is ever really going to become something that's something to be afraid of. I think it's going to be a nuisance.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a nuisance.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a serious nuisance, and I think that with late-stage capitalism, it's just going to, like, big corporations and stuff are just going to keep getting worse as far as that.
I know of...
The thing is that you have big dumb idiots that keep going and buying straight from there, from big corporations that are just like, I want to get this thing.
Yeah.
Why not?
But even, like, things that we need, like banks and other places of business that handle your utilities are using AI to answer your phone calls.
Oh, yeah.
Verizon's one of the worst.
Telemarketers are using AI to call you and stuff.
Everybody's using AI.
Dude, it's annoying, dude. Like I said, it's just going to become a serious nuisance.
Yeah.
And then that's why I don't think it'll ever actually, like,
I don't think AI will
over, but the thing
murder
is,
us physically,
yeah,
but they
I
will
don't think
murder
so.
us financially, probably.
Yeah, I have a feeling that it's just going to become a vicious cycle of company gets a hold of AI and replaces its workers so we can keep its prices low, and then people have to find jobs in other places, and then whenever they all find jobs in other sectors, they're just going to replace people with AI and all that. It's just
until it gets down to the physical labor. But even then,
yeah,
they're making robots that can traverse a forest. If the world survives another 50 years, give it 50 years, they'll have robots doing your physical labor.
I think that
you don't want to shovel this ditch. They make a robot that does.
Well, see, you saw that. Have you ever seen the Papa Me AI video where it shows like the different video AI like AIs that videos can make and whatnot?
Oh yeah,
different,
I haven't seen it.
Different videos that AI can make.
Yeah,
I think I said that wrong originally. I had a brain fart. Regardless. And it's getting to the point where it's like, yes, there was somebody that made a stop motion movie with AI.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And you can tell Papa Meat's just like, you had to use AI for this. But it's more so that the premise is dumb, and that instead of it actually being the premise is pretty good, and then it ends up just being really, really stupid as a whole.
Yeah.
And like, so it kind of brings it to the point. This is going to sound really, really bad. Leave the creation to the creators. You know what I'm saying? Some people just aren't meant to be creative. They're just not.
How much weight came off your shoulders when you said that?
I actually feel the same.
I feel lighter.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Some of y'all don't need to be making anything.
Yeah, some of y'all don't need to be making stuff.
Some of y'all just need to be doing something entirely different.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, it's different if you're...
You can say the same thing about me, though.
Yeah, I mean, art is subjective.
In the eye of the beholder.
In the eye of the beholder.
Which zaps you to death.
Yeah, which you actually that's under D&D OGL. We can't talk about beholders. Anyways.
Bunch of losers.
Yeah, dude.
You bunch of nerds and your rules.
All right, hold on.
You bunch of nerds.
So whenever it comes to like D&D, and
you can't talk about my creature.
Stuff,
it's under copyright.
Dude, copyright's so stupid.
When it comes to literature and like copyright and like it only has a whole place of 100 years, and it's just free to the public after 100. That's so stupid.
That's so stupid, dude.
Thank you, government, for just ruining everything.
Yeah, copyright.
Such an archaic way to keep stuff from not being crap.
Copyright law. I'm gonna say it. Is retarded.
It's stupid.
It's retarded.
The whole thing's dumb. It's a very archaic way of keeping up with literature.
Yeah, and who has like the
of
rights
all kinds
to stuff and whatnot.
It's so archaic.
The
it's
fact
stupid.
that things have quote unquote rights is retarded. Because
but you got to have something.
You got to have some form of protection
But
in there.
but what they have set up is outdated.
The system that they have is retarded. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm not
think
saying
it was well thought out.
Yeah. I didn't plan this. So I'm shooting off the cuff. What I'm saying is not that people having rights to their intellectual property is retarded.
No, we're not saying
I'm
that.
saying that the system that is in place
is dumb.
is retarded.
Yeah.
Because
it's a waste of everybody's time.
it's an absolute waste of everybody's time. Because all right, so the sphere that I do know about, tabletop, right?
Yeah.
And for Dungeons and Dragons, you can only put you can't put a certain handful of things that they have created into anything. Right? Beholder's one of them. Mind Flayer's one of them. Just stuff like that, right? And then like certain named characters. Okay, so you can't copyright game mechanics. That's something we talked about on the show. That was something that was court lawed that you can't copyright game mechanics, right? For tabletop games.
Yeah.
But you can for video games.
Really?
Yep. How retarded is that? People put out actual good ideas that people can iterate on and make better and make better and make better because there's nothing original under the sun, right? All you can do is imitate and then innovate, right?
Yeah.
But copyright shuts all that down. I would love for somebody to take the stuff that we've made, imitate it, and make it better. You want to know why? Because I like the stuff that we made, and so therefore I would like what they did too. You know what I'm saying? But I think about it from a different standpoint.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
For them, it's all about money. It's all about money.
Yeah.
And who gets the money. And then, you know, of course, you also talk about Bloodborne. Why we'll never see Bloodborne 2 is because PlayStation owns the rights to it.
It's stuff like that.
Knowing that the fans want it and that people want
they
it.
don't care.
And then they just don't.
They don't care.
That's why I'm saying the copyright system is retarded.
Yeah.
So you could theoretically go and make a 5e clone pretty spot on for what it is from top to bottom. Never put any of their copyrighted stuff in there. Call it your own game.
It's still D&D.
And it's still D&D.
Yep.
You can absolutely do that. But whenever somebody owns the name to something, then whenever more people want that thing, the people that own it won't give it to the people that want it. These are consumers that want to give you money for new thing, and you won't give it to them. How about Last of Us 2 remastered? Even though that game came out like 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
You see a lot of this in
movies,
Japanese business. That's a lot of Japanese business etiquette.
It's stupid.
Nintendo, I'm glaring at you.
Yeah. Dude, all right, we'll close out with this. Okay, because we're sitting around 50-something minutes. I was watching an Asmongold video.
Yeah.
And he was talking about Oblivion, how they came back and threw down the gauntlet on everybody.
Yeah.
Who was like, this is how you make a remake.
Yeah.
He said that Bethesda and Xbox everyone thought that Xbox lost the console wars. I think Xbox just went about it a different direction. I don't agree with what Xbox is doing, but the thing is they're fixing to win. Okay? Nintendo is increasing their prices.
Yeah.
For the same game that was put out like 4 years ago. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
For what?
For Switch 2.
Why?
They remastered them essentially for the Switch 2.
Why? The originals are fine.
Yeah.
That's cash grabby, guys.
Yes,
Come on.
yes, it is.
That's cash grabby.
So, he said, this is not quite verbatim, but I'll say it as close to verbatim. He said if Nintendo had any kind of balls, they would hire From Software to remake A Link to the Past like Elden Ring.
That's how you make money.
That's how you make money.
Innovation
on on an already
Not a remake of a game that was perfectly fine 4 years ago and is perfectly fine now.
if you want to put out something that has
Team up with somebody.
that has an old name attached to it, innovate on that thing. You know what I mean? Whereas, and then Oblivion comes out, $50 at a base price.
Yeah.
It's a whole brand new game. They pretty much used the creation engine and then just remade it in Unreal Engine 5. And it has all the same heart that it did have.
Yeah, there's a lot of care and soul put
And
into
it
it.
works much better. And it's $50.
Yeah, let that sink in. Anyway, guys, we hope you like and subscribe this video. The world is garbage. Make it non-garbage.
So long, Fido.
So long, Fido. May you find your way in doggy heaven, buddy. Or not, I don't care. Corporate America sucks, dude.
Corporate America's retarded.
I have no more words for him, okay? Fido's gone. He got thrown away, just like everything else that should be thrown away. And you know what? You know what?